Okay, Vinny, we're going to take a look at your 2009 pitch and delivery. The nice thing is we have you matched up to yourself in 2008 from last year's pitching clinic. And there's a couple things to take note. Overall, I really liked your delivery, your mechanics, and there's not too much I think we really need to address here. You can see that you've been at a number of pitching clinics in the past, and you got your mechanics down pretty good. There are a couple things that I do want to point out. So let's just take a look at, on the left hand side here we get your 2008, and on the right hand side we have the 2009 delivery. So we'll step through this step by step and take you to the knee lift here, the balance point, and you can see here there's one thing I want to point out at this position, and the 2009 position looks great here. You're at a good balance point. Everything's vertical, spine's in order there, and I like how you have your hands more centrally located at the center of gravity. Whereas last year, and I think this is something we addressed, that you're dropping your hands a little bit. We like to see you, even though someone like a Lincecum has that drop in the hands and brings them back up again, but to be more as efficient as possible, we like to keep those hands centrally located around your chest. So we'll step through here, and as you can see, we get to the foot touch here, the landing area, and you're looking pretty much the same there. We're starting to get a little bit out over the knee here on this side, and the stride's pretty good on both ends. And I think what we're going to be able to find out is when we look at you from the front view, we're going to see a couple things that we need to address. But from the side here, you're looking nice. You're finishing over that front knee, nice long stride, and like I said, there's not a whole lot I think we need to talk about from here. You're looking pretty good. I don't see any major flaws here. So mechanically, looking pretty solid there. Finishing up good, strong follow through. Eyes on the target, and you ultimately finish in a good fielding position on both sides. So again, going back from the start, we have the only thing we could take a look at, the major difference is that you did improve on your location of your hands there, so that's a good thing to see. So now let's take a look at you from the front, and I'm going to take you front 2009 and front 2008, and let's go ahead and play you again side by side. And I'm a little out of sync here on this one, so let's just back this guy up. Okay, so there we are. We both at the balance point, and this time around, you can see that your eyes are going down a little bit, head going down here, which isn't. I don't think it's that much of a big deal, as some people talk about. You know, a lot of pitchers would start out with their eyes off the target. That's not a big problem. We'll see if you pick up the target soon. And right there you do. You pick up the target right away. So as you progress down, and let's tie you guys together again. One of them's a little off, but this is where I want to take a look at. One of the things we want to do is our direction towards the plate, and we want to get our chest going in that direction, or chest and head going in that direction. And if we look at your spine here, you're falling back a little bit when you get into your rotation. Your angle of your spine's pulling off your alignment with the plate. And what I'd like to see you do is get that chest going right into the target, right until you finish over that knee. So it's actually a little more pronounced as it was back here in 2008. So for some reason you're pulling off a little bit, and if you look at your front hip here and your front knee, your knee's kind of popping open a little bit, and I think that's caused by this right here. I think when you land with an open toe like that and your knee pops open, and the whole front side's going to open up a little bit. So one of the things I would think about addressing is when you land, try just staying a little bit closed at landing so you don't pop things open a little too soon. You can see how everything's just popping open. Now let's just put you in comparison to someone like a Clemens here. Oh, that's side view. Let me get Clemens in a front view. Here we go. And if I bring him to the foot plant, you can see the difference here, where his hips still closed, the front toes locked in, and the everything's leading towards the target. His spine is where it needs to be. All right, so you can see definitely a difference there. So I think what you need to do is really focus on, and you can even maybe start out when you either start from the balance point or even start from the goalpost position where you're already landed out, and make sure this front toe is not opening and your knee's not opening up. So just do drills and just kind of get the muscle memory down as far as maybe starting the balance point or starting in the goalpost and just going up and down and landing with a more closed front toe. And hopefully we can work on getting that spine a little more angled towards your target versus falling back like that. But outside of that, again, you finish very nicely with your pitch. So everything's looking pretty good here, and then boom, right there is where we something we need to work on. Okay, so again, you can see the difference there with the major leaguer. But I like your mechanics for the most part, and keep working at it. And one of the things you need to do is just get a little bigger, a little stronger. I think emphasis on gaining some pounds at the starting at the legs and working your trunk and your core area to get yourself a little stronger. And I think as you grow and fill out, you're gonna see a definite gain in velocity. So if you can maintain good mechanics and be able to throw spots, and then as your velocity starts to increase, I think you're going to see a dramatic improvement with your pitching. So good luck with that, Vinny, and keep coming around and working hard.